Well guys, this is game number 3 between IdrA and Tarson. IdrA will be playing as the red Zerg player at the upper right hand corner, and Tarson will be playing as the blue Terran player at the lower left hand corner. Game 3, round number 1. Whoever wins this game will get more points than the other one, and we will find out for once and for all who is the next top model. And a hatchery is going to go down for IdrA, it seems, before the spawning pool and the extractor this time. And this is your face. The map is going to be a Shakuras Plateau, and we can see Tarson is going to be doing the 14-15 barracks into something else. Game numbers 1 and 2 were really intense and some of the longer and more fascinating games in Starcraft 2 in my opinion, so if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out because there was a lot of back and forth between these two great players, a lot of mind reading and Jedi mind tricks. Orbital command coming down along with the second barracks being complete at the moment, and the first scout is going to be out, and of course IdrA does know where his opponent is because this map always spawns you left and right, never up and down, but of course you can be right and down and left and up, and Tarson is coming inside a natural expansion of IdrA. We'll see the hatchery is being placed down. One drone coming outside is going to be chasing around that SCV to make sure that there are no bunkers, or if there's a bunker he will be alerted to the presence of that bunker at least. And extractor is about to be complete, and there is no refinery inside the base of Tarson, as Tarson is probably going to go for a fast expand once again like he did before. He is making more and more marines, 3 marines out on the field, 2 more on the way, and this SCV is going to be fighting the drone, and the drone is going to back out. Some drones are probably going to be transferred. 2 drones are being transferred, and 1 drone is going to become a spine crawler. This spine crawler might be necessary as there are going to be some marine pressure coming from the Terran player Tarson. And Tarson is still dancing back and forth. Now is the critical time because he wants to get up a bunker set up right here before the creep spreads there, but he was unable to, and he's still dancing back and forth. More and more marines showing up, and some zerglings showing up to reinforce. Total of 6 zerglings versus about, I think, 3 marines, and they're going to come for. IdrA really needs to defend until the spine crawler goes up, and the spine crawler is going to go up in about 10 more seconds. He is running back and forth. The SCV is trying to tank the hits for the marines. Really nice play there, but he has to back off now, and 1 stab from that little spine crawler forces Tarson to retreat. Nice play there by both these players. Army size is going to be at 25 versus 29. Slight advantage for Tarson as he does have 2 of those barracks pumping those marines nonstop, and he's also going to be making the command center now along with the double refinery. And there's a bunch of marines standing at that location. He probably wants to put them not directly next to the bush unless he has sight of the zerglings that are coming, and he does have sight. He will be able to take some shots at it, and he does take down 3 zerglings from there. Metabolic boost is finally being researched along with the command center is about to be complete. At this time, IdrA is going to be checking out his opponent's base, and he probably will be able to spot this. Yes, he does spot that command center. A queen just spawned, and there's going to be some injection of sorts. Only 1 gas at this moment for IdrA, and double gas for Tarson. Let's take a quick look at their income. Income will show that Tarson is very, very much ahead in terms of gas, and he's about even with IdrA in terms of minerals, and he will be turning that to an orbital command right away, and he is going to be putting down a bunker at the top of the ramps, not directly at the top, but he probably wants to put some structures over here and a bunker right behind, and that is probably going to be his defensive shield against the zerglings at any attack. And a very nice arc of marines, and this arc of marines will get an additional 1 kill. Metabolic boost is about to be finished, so those zerglings should stand a slightly better chance against those marines. And in the meantime, still only 1 gas for IdrA at this moment, and IdrA is going to be making more and more drones, and there seems to be a total of 3 barracks being placed directly outside. 2 barracks are up, and the 3rd barracks is being constructed at the same time, and factory is about to be complete. Let's see if we will see any tanks or Thors this game as we have seen previously, and the zerglings are going to take control of the towers, and this SCV is trying to run for it, but he is not going to make it out in time. As some SCVs are being transferred over there, let's take a quick look at the unit counting station. Both players have a lot of drones and SCVs. IdrA does have 35 drones, slightly more than his opponent, which is about 9 or 10 more than his opponent. And he does have about even number of zerglings versus marines, which means the Terran player has a lot of marines. And there's also going to be a starport being constructed, and there's also a reactor directly next to the factory, probably for a little swap, and this is perfect timing by IdrA, and he is going to be scouting inside the base. Will he make it inside? And the marines have not yet spotted the overlord. The overlords have not yet spotted the marines, and this is crucial because he needs to know where his opponent is going to be building, and IdrA is going to come in here. He is slowly creeping inside, and the reactor is being lifted. I mean, the factory is being lifted. Marines finally sees this, and the starport will land, and the overlord will die, but he has gotten all the information he wanted, and with that information he will be building a spire inside of his main base. a set of Zerglings still directly outside, and I think that's a total of 16. Yep, I accidentally misclicked on one of them. Reactor being built and attached to one of the barracks. There is 3 barracks, 1 factory, and 1 starport, making those medevacs double time, and double refineries are going to go up for both these players. It looks like they have both taken 4 gases, and the Spire is about 40% complete, as there's going to be 1 Overlord coming to maybe this natural expansion, as we do see some upgrades for the Marines. Marines have been what Tarson has really liked throughout the series. He's picking up some of those Marines. I was about to say he's uploading some of those Marines. I've been uploading replays all day, and there's going to be a little flight, and that little flight might get cancelled by this Overlord, as the Overlord does spot those medevacs coming, and he should see it, and he does see it definitely. And it looks like that Overlord will pop into a beautiful glob of red stuff, like a rose, but not quite for the Zerg player. Tarson is going to fly to the middle of the map, perhaps taking down the watchtowers for the player IdrA, as IdrA is going to make a Bailing's Nest, is something that he really likes to do. Bailings, along with the Mulas, it has treated him extremely well so far, and it appears that this Zergling actually ran away. He will be coming into the base possibly. No, he is going to check out the natural expansion, or possibly just stand there and do nothing. Another hatchery is being opened up at the 2nd expansion here, and the Marines are moving back and forth. Meanwhile, inside the base of Tarson, he has been bitten many times, and he is putting up a lot of turrets around his base. There's 1 turret here and 2 turrets at his natural expansion. He does have a lot of Marines. Marines do die very quickly to the Bailings, and that seems like what IdrA is going to be planning. There's also a 4th hatchery being placed right over here, so there's going to be a total of 4 hatcheries. That's a lot of production capabilities for the IdrA player, for the IdrA Zerg player. And this Marine is probably going to die very, very soon, as another Zergling does manage to kill it off. The upgrades for the Zerg player is going to be 1-0 and also 1-0 for the air once they complete, and the Marines are going to have their combat shield. No, they're not actually upgrading the combat shield. They're going to be upgrading the +1 weapons for the infantry, and also +1 for the vehicles. And we see additional turrets going up in a defensive structure, and this is a very nice wall in by Tarson, and nothing can run through really. IdrA still trying to pick off some of the sides things, and the income will show that both players are about dead even at the moment, even though IdrA does have a lot more harvesters, about 18 or so more. He is going to just move them to the new expansion, so we should see a spike in terms of income as he's grabbing his 2nd expansion and 3rd base. There will be a lot of upgrades for these players as they're trying to figure out what would be the best strategy, and it seems that IdrA is going to go for the set of destructible rocks directly next to the main base of Tarson, and Tarson does spot it and will be able to deter it, and actually shot the destructible rocks by accident, I believe, and no, he is going to go through this way. Set of Zerglings running down here. IdrA is trying to take care of the lower left hand side of the rocks. Unit composition shows about 20 Zerglings and 16 Mutalisks. On the other hand, we see 48, that's right, 48 Marines. That is a lot of Marines. He's pumping Marines 4 at a time at least, I think sometimes 5 at a time. He's also going to be making some tanks out of 2 factories, both with a tech lab. And the upgrades are going to be done relatively soon, as they are going to be 1-0 for the ground units, and these ground units don't actually, they do have 1-0 upgrades as well. Marines moving forward. There's a pack of Mutalisks. This is not good for IdrA. He is going to suffer 1-2. Mutalisks are being down by Tarson, and Tarson is going to move forward. A lot of Zerglings are being made in response to this, and we can see a nice push from Tarson here. He might want to bring some of those tanks across, and he is going to be bringing those tanks across. The tanks do have siege tech as well, and the +1 vehicle weapons is about to be complete, and also with the combat shield as well. 1 Zergling standing there alone by himself. He is going to be sacrificed to the Terran race. Zerg player IdrA is going to be taking another expansion right over here, as well as he's not going to take this one just yet. He is making a lot of bailings. It appears that the Terran player is going to fall back to his own base, and army size for both these players are very, very close, 158 against 150. The Terran player, Tarson, was actually momentarily supply blocked, and he is going to take out one of the Marines over there. And we can see that IdrA is trying to take control of the map. There is a lot of creep being spread right now. Active creep spreading is always a beautiful sight to see. And of course, there is going to be 5 missile turrets at any location that Tarson thinks IdrA is going to come in. There is going to be missile turrets, as we've seen in the previous game. IdrA is going to come in here, and Infestation Pit is about to be complete for IdrA. He might be thinking about upgrading to a hive, as Tarson is going to hold here. He is going to take the base at the lower 6 o'clock position. IdrA is flying around the map with Mutalisk, and he's also going to be moving around with a lot of Balings. That is a ton of Balings. I've never seen so much green balls in my life. There is a bunch of Mutalisks moving across the middle. He may be thinking about attacking over here, as there's not too much defense at the front of the base of Tarson, and Tarson is going to have trouble here with a pack of Mutalisks coming, and some Marines are coming to reinforce, and that will be enough to deter IdrA, as IdrA is going to be grabbing the hive momentarily. He will have about 80 seconds, and then he will have that hive tech. He is trying to take down this barracks and opening the gates to the base of the Terran player. He does have a bunker in the back, and ooh, that was a nice shot from that Thor. A nice spread damage on those Mutalisks, and IdrA looks like he will be getting more and more units. Army size is going to be at 193 against 189. Both these players are very, very keen and will be upgrading a lot of stuff as they are pushing forward. 2-0 upgrades for Tarson, and IdrA is also going to have 1-1 upgrades. The tank is alone there by himself. I don't think he meant to do that. These tanks release siege, and it looks like IdrA is going to come in, possibly snipe off one tank, and maybe not. Tanks getting siege in the back, and I think both these players know this is the battleground to be had unless one of them retreats. Tarson is going to stay here because he wants to push forward. He wants to extend himself a little bit toward the base of the Zerg player. Zerg player could rush in here if he wants. Zerglings rushing in along the Balings, and Balings are going to not destroy these tanks. Very, very smart. All these tanks go down, and most of the Zerglings stay alive, and he did not target any of those tanks. That was great play there by IdrA, realizing it was trapped and leaving. And most of the Marines for Tarson did remain alive. Both these players still very, very close to cap, 190 and 192. And there is going to be a third upgrade coming out for Tarson, as he's going to be 3-0 upgraded momentarily, and IdrA is going to be at 2-1 at this moment, slight advantage. And we might see a lot of stuff. We see both Ultralisk Den and as well as the Greater Spire. The Mutalisk taking down some of the turrets, and we see a huge charge from the Terran player. Terran player is going to charge forward. He does not care about the Mutalisk. Terran player is moving forward. He is going to siege his tank forward, and forward he's going to push. He has a total of 6 tanks, and that's more than enough tanks. But he's got to be really careful against those Balings, as the Balings will do horrible damage to these Marines. And Marines are in the front, Marines are in the back, tanks are right in between. This is exactly what he needs to do. He might want to fall back slightly from those Zerglings as he is still pushing forward. Tarson is not deterred. He is still going forward. Army size is going to be at 188 against 184. Very, very close between these two players, as Tarson is going to still push forward here. He still has all 6 tanks intact, and he is still slowly pushing into the base of IdrA. IdrA is going to be expanding to upper right hand corner, and he's also going to be putting down 2 spine crawlers as well. And tanks are not siege at the moment, and he will be sieging right now, as IdrA does have vision of what's going on. Tanks are slowly pushing forward, and the Balings are in position. Marines are getting into the midst of the tanks, and this is very dangerous. He needs to spread out his Marines. All the Balings are coming. Balings are coming. Oh crap, the Marines are dying really fast. Look at those Marines die, and the Balings are taking over absolutely everything. Oh man, that one explosion killed off almost all of the Marines, and Tarson has the GG. And GG indeed. Hope you guys enjoy that. More games will come either later tonight or tomorrow. See you guys at the next game. Don't forget to subscribe.